So how to perform how to perform the SAP using the telnet. So both the ways we tried. So right, either the single or multiple or with XML, without XML file also we can perform the Java components update. We can perform it here. So right, after deploying the Java components here, you can check the status, in the home page. In the home page, if you go to the home page here, so in the Java home page, this is the startup page of the Java here. Right here, if you go to the system information, here you will get the information about the your current components and your current components and the respective versions. So all the information you will come to know here. All the information you will come to know from here. So that is the main thing of the Java. So patching we can update it here. Suppose if any tools are not working, then we may meet the reason. So we have to update it here. So might be the so some of the components are not working due to the lowest patch level or something. We can update it here. So that is what we have to do it in the systems here, right? So that is the Java components. How to download means we have to go to the individual, select it, then select the dependency, say dependency, the dependencies patches also. So we have to download it. That is what we have done it, right? So apart from that component information, so we have uh, some other activities which we have to perform here. Now mainly SLD. SLD is the very important. In the Java, every Java system, SLD will come. System landscape directory functionality will come here. So for solution manager, for PO systems, for any systems, SLD is very important here. So why? Because SLD is system landscape directory. Suppose we have all the above systems are there, above including Java systems, all the systems are there in your landscape. You have if you maintain the one of the central SLD or local SLD. So if you maintain all your above systems will will register into your SLD system here. One centralized landscape directory here. All systems will talk to the here. Means all systems will update the technical information into this SLD here. So either if you have the more number of systems, we can configure as a one system as a central SLD, or or for PO we have the local SLD. Especially for the PO systems, we can configure as a local SLD. Solution manager, central SLD. How we want to go, we can configure. Suppose you can configure one central SLD, then you can configure the one more SLD. SLD also require the Java systems here, right? So just we can just to forward the role, forward the SLD, forward means it will forward the whatever the systems are there here. It will send the data to the one SLD to another SLD. How you want to define the landscape in your organization, you can define it here. So that is possible. So pushing the data from one SLD to another SLD by creating the SLD bridge here. So like this, we can create the one more SLD like that. So why? Because all these technical systems and above systems should be registered into the SLD. Then only your solution manager will fetch the data from the SLD through LMDB, that is solution manager systems, and also the PO systems also will push the data from the SLD. Why? Because PO systems also require what are the systems here, technical systems and business systems. It will push the data here. So that is also required here, right? That is also required here. So SLD, system landscape directory here. So here we can maintain the all our systems into the SLD here. SLD, SAP SLD here. So which means all our systems we can maintain in our systems. This SLD is one of the component in the Java. So here it will store the SLD, it will store the all your systems into the one common point, one common directory. All our IT landscape systems will be stored into the here. Why? Because some of the systems like PO, Solman, some other systems, it required the pull the data from the SLD system landscape directory here. So that is the reason. So we will do this one system landscape directory. Why? Because they require systems should be available here, and also all those things we required here, right? So that is the reason. So we need SLD here. So how to configure this SLD here in the systems? How to configure the SLD. How to configure the SLD? So here, so nothing, just in the every time, just we have to in the after the host name and port number, here we have to change the URL. URL we have to change it here. URL we have to change it here. So URL we have to change here in the systems here. So just type the SLD something like this, then you will get the SLD page will be opened here. But here, so SLD not configured here. See here, SLD is not configured in the systems here. SLD not configured in the systems here. So then what we have to do here? What we have to do it here for the SLD configurations here. So how to prepare our systems into the SLD here? How to create and so configure the systems here, right? So here, so to prepare our systems here, we have to go to the administration page here, administration. So then here, go on mute, please. Okay, kept into the mute. Okay, so here you can see the initial setup. Just click on the initial setup here. So then what is the object server name here? Means SLD server name here, SAP Windows 1 here. So just click on the start initial setup here, so that your SLD is created here. SLD will be created here. So that is the main thing here. So just go to the here, then initial page. So then here server settings, all these things we have to deploy it here, right? See here SLD is created here. See here, if you see here, so technical systems, here the landscapes, business systems, products, software components, SIM and CR instances, all these things are there here. If you go to the administration, see here, so your SLD is running here. Currently import is running. So check the import page. Import is running here. Some models are after the installation, some imports are running here. See here, some imports are running here. Just now we have set up the SLD, some content, some objects are getting imported into the your systems here. That is what here imports are running here. So here you can see the logs, what's happening with the, so here, so your SLD, what's happening with your SLD. So what is happening here? All this information is available in the SLD list here. So right, so this is the SLD home page. SLD home page here. This is the home page of the SLD here. This is the home page of the so SLD here. So currently the objects are getting imported here. Objects are getting imported here, right? So here, so and also initial setup we have done it, right? Initially we have given the object server name here. So here we have given the server details and everything we have given here. Server details and everything we have given here. Just click the object manager. So or just to go to the all the parameters here. These are the parameters here. We can change it everything here. So data supplier and all the information by default configuration is exist here. You can see the default configuration is exist here. Server configuration here. So here write protection means that is fine. Object server SAP Windows 1 means where is your object means server name. So that is we configured SAP Windows 1 we configured here. Right, then role mapping. So if you are so that SLD whoever wants to access the SLD, that persons required this roles here, right? Administrator configuration. So just click on the OK button, then that roles will be mapped to the your user here automatically. Why? Because now you are in the administrator, so you can access the SLD. So to access the SLD home page, then just type the SLD something like that. You can type it here. Then you will go to the SLD system landscape directory here. So the main thing is for the initial setup, first of all, the object configuration we have to perform it here. Object, so configuration we have to perform it here. Then after that, normally there is a CR content and SIM content we have to, so CR content and SIM content we have to update in the systems here. CR content and SIM content we have to update. We have to update in the systems here. So that is what we have to do it here. So, but let's see, currently the import is running here, right? The import is running here. The import is running here. So let's finish it here. Why? Because the initial setup is running here. So let's finish it here. Then later, the SIM content and CRM instances, we can import it here. Meanwhile, let's validate the other configurations here. Other configurations here. Maybe if we go to the data supplier means data supplier. So means the data which is coming to the here data supplier target. Suppose we have other SLD, right? As I told here, we have one more SLD. You want to push the data to this server means we can also add that server. Then we can push the data to the here. That is called the other SLD here, right? This is the other SLD here. So here, whatever the systems we have, all the systems will push the data to the here. All the systems will above Java, some other third part, all the systems will come to the this list here. So that here other systems will push this data from here to there. It will push the data here, right? That is the main thing here, right? So still import is running. So we have to wait for that one. So while it is running, let's go to the other page, other tabs we will review it here. Other tabs we can review in the systems here. Object server name is the very important here. As soon as you object server name is configured, so then object server name is configured, your SLD starts importing the content which is there in the as part of the installation we have done it, right? That content will be importing here. That content will import it here. That content will import it here. That data, that content is getting imported here. So, right, it is importing. It is importing the content here. So, maybe if you want to manually, the CR content, SIM content is there, that I will tell you once this import is running. When, why? Because we cannot cancel the imports. Other imports we have, I cannot cancel it here. So, then that's we have to perform it in the systems here. So, once the first import is done, then so remaining imports we have to perform it here. So, right, that is the main thing here. So, once that is completed, so then we have to perform the other imports, other contents, other imports data. So, other data we have to import it here. So, in the SLD, the main thing are CR content, SIM instances, CR content and SIM content are the very important here in the SLD. So, that we have to import it. So, let's run this import. Meanwhile, let's go to the NWA, NetWeaver administration here. So NWA. So this is the very important here. So all the work we will do it in the NW page only. NWA, NetWeaver administrator. So whatever the work we have, always we will come to the NWA, NetWeaver administrator, administration work we will do it here. So then here you can see the my workspace here. In the my workspace, so you can check the systems overview, resource overview, process overview, all these things here. It will come here. Here it's required the Adobe Flashware to display the graphical. It will display the resources monitoring and everything will be displayed here. So here you can see what is the user you logged in. So what is the system? What is the timestamp of your system? All the information is tracked here. All the information is tracked here. This is the NetWeaver administration. This is the NetWeaver administration page here. So to render this, to display the graphically, the Flashware is no longer supported here. So I think Flashware we have to import here. So my workspace here. So workspace means if you have any favorites you have added, it will come to the here. So the net availability and performance here, availability performance here. Here it will show the systems overview, resources overview, threads and everything, the process monitoring, all the process, Java process, everything will be monitored here. Then if we go to the operations here, when we come to the this availability and performance monitoring, the screen will so freeze. Why? Because here all the monitoring data, everything will be populated here. So it is not supporting, the FlashFire is not supporting here. Maybe some browser some extensions we have to do something here. Extensions. Adobe some Flash player we have to install. Some Adobe Flash player we have to install in the systems here. Otherwise, this will keep on loading. Let's check the SLD. Still is import running. Yeah, import still running. So see here how many objects are getting imported here. Only 40% completed. Still the import is running here. Okay, so let's wait. That one.
Sir, which object is importing that?
This is a software components. In the SLD related software components are getting imported. The SLD related software components are getting imported here. SLD related software components are getting imported here. So these are the software components. SIM and CR content repository. So information model is getting imported into the systems here, the software components. So here this is getting imported here. It's a normal, every fresh installation of the NWA, this will import automatically when you set up here. The initial setup is we have to do. If you want to stop and start, you can just stop the SLD, you can start the SLD. So it will come by default as part of the any SLD, any Java systems, the SLD will come. SLD will come to the here.
It is not related to our ABAP system. It is itself related to SLT.
SLD, yes, right. SLD related software components are getting imported. The features, the products, the tabs, whatever it will come, all are getting imported here as the initial setup. So that is what here it is doing here.
Okay.
Here in this list, technical systems list, all our SAP systems will come to the here. All our SAP systems will come to the here. So normally to come our SAP systems to the SLD, what we have to do, we have to log into the, first of all, each and every SAP system, we have to log in. We have to log into our SAP systems here, right? So here, maybe log in with the development system. So here in the development, so maybe you can use, okay. So in the development, you can use it here. So go to the RZ70 is the transaction code in your systems to push the data to the SLD here. Here you need to configure your SLD host name, SLD, SAP Windows 1, and also gateway service name, SAP Windows 1, and also SAP GW gateway, SAP GW SID, your instance number. You have to paste it here. Start the data collection so that it will push the data to the your SLD. It will push the data to your SLD here. It will push the data to your SLD here. See here. So the RFC call is successful here. RFC call is successful here. Means it will push the data to your SLD here. So this way we have to push all our systems data. RZ70 is the transaction code to push the data here. And also in the SLD API cast, in SLD API cast also, we have to configure our SLD server details and everything. We have to configure it here. We have to configure the SLD server details and everything we have to configure here. SLD, so for ECD, so it's the host name. What is the SLD host name here? SAP Windows 1. What is the port number here? 540. So 00. What is the user you are using here? Maybe I can use administrator, right? So what is the password here? Why? Because it automatically, it will, whatever the changes you have done in the systems, it will automatically push the data to the your SLD server, it will push the data here. So I have configured here, then just click on the save button here, save button, just click on the SLD test here, it should it should test it here, right? So we have to test it this one. So done. So now if you test SLD, SLD check, SLD check here, it will open the URL in the browser. See here, whatever we configured, it will open the URL here. It will open the URL here. So here you will see your SLD connection successful to the your SLD. Like that, you will get the one message here. Like that, you will get the one message here. See here. So you got the SLD settings here. This is the administrator. Function terminated successfully. The only thing is no business system maintained in the SLD. Why? Because since we only set up the SLD, so just, but there is no business system for the SLD, right? That systems we have to create it now. Business systems, technical systems here. So, but SLD connection details we have provided now. So what we did is we went to the RZ70. So how to register your above systems or Java systems? First of all, above systems, how to register your above systems into the SLD, how to register, right? So in the each and every above systems you have to go, then there you have to use the RZ70 you have to use it, then you can push the data to the, so your SLD, give the SLD details, you can push the data, so that whatever the data you are pushing here, all the data will come to the here, all the data will come to the here in the technical systems field, it will come to the here, but currently it won't come. So it may take some time. Why? Because currently the imports are running, so it won't work here. Maybe you can see the logs here, what's happening here. So all those things here, what is the importing the content, what is the version, SLD started, initial setup is doing. So all the information
This is
all the information it is doing here, right? So that is what here in the technical system fields it is doing. So we have to wait. So this is for how to map your above systems, how to push your above systems data to your SLD, means go to the RZ70, then just fill the SLD details, click on the OK. Then your systems will be go to the here in this location. Your systems will go to this location here, this location. This is the main thing here. This way your SLD will push the data to, so your backend systems. Backend system means SAP above systems will be registered into the SLD. Right. So this is the one, but still import is running. Still import is running. Then only we can see the data. Once the import completed, our ECD system, we can see the ECD system in this list. All the information. So all the information we can see in this list. ECP, ECD, all our, you have the hundreds of systems will come to the here, right? That is the main thing of the here. So that is the main thing here. So that
voice is not coming.
meanwhile, what we can do in the NWA, we'll create the destinations here. We'll come with the destinations. We will create the destinations. So there is a destinations concept. So if you don't know the tab, just type the searching item. Just click on the enter button. The respective tabs will be opened here. Otherwise, we have to go to this tabs and we have to navigate. Otherwise, just if you open it here, it will navigate to the your respective page will be opened here. Respective page will be opened here. So currently, this is the destinations in the Java systems here. Destinations creation. So destinations means normally in the above systems, we will create the destinations to the your other respective systems, right? So this is the destinations creation from Java systems here, same as like SM59, but this is a browser-based concept. So we have to go to the NetWeaver administrator. There we have to type the destinations. Here we can create the destinations to the your backend systems. Like suppose like I want to create the destinations to the ECD system. So then you can create the destination. So what type of destination you want to create it here? So here you want to create the RFC destination, HTTP destination. Suppose like example, HTTP destination here. So then what is the URL here? The URL you have to provide it here. Suppose like HTTP destination, right? HTTP:// then SAP Windows 1, then 8. So what is the port number for this this one? This port numbers we have to provide it. Go to the SMICM. So check the ports. What is the port? Here nothing is configured. There is no port here. The port is not there here. So we have to create the ports same as like okay. So suppose temporarily I have created the 8080. But if you maintain the profile in the parameter, so that will open. So temporarily 8080 is the port number, right? So then what I am doing here, so 8080 slash I'm creating here. So ECD, creating the destinations to the my above system here. The language is the EN. Then click on the next button here. So then authentication method here. So normal basic authentication, user ID and password here. So here I'm maintaining the basis and the password I am using here, right? So password, just finish here button. See here, one destination is created here. Destination is created here. Just click on the ping destination. So ping destination here, ping is not successful here. Error, response 404, which means some error occurred here, right? So ping is not successful here. So destination is created. We created the destination, but so there is a 404 authorization error. Authorization error or some service is not available. That is the error here. We got it here. So here this way we have to do that one. So how to check the logs here? How to check the logs and error messages, everything, how to check it out in the systems here. So right. So you created the destinations from so Java to Java. This is the Java systems to above system you created, right? This is pointing to the your above system. It is pointing here. So same way, how to create the destinations from above to Java systems here. So above systems we already know, right? Go to the SM59 transaction code here in the above systems. So why we are creating the destinations means some functionalities it's required the destinations to pull the data, right? So suppose it's a kind of HTTP connection, right? That is also HTTP connection here. So here what I am doing here, so here NJP something like that I'm creating here. So SLD NJP SAD I'm giving here. What is the technical host name here? Technical host name here. So technical host name means SAP Windows 1, SAP Windows M. What is the service number? What is the service number here? Here 54000, right? Sometimes we may require the data from your Java system, right? So that time the RFC, that's why we require we have to pull the data from your SLD to then above system it will come. Sometimes your SLD is required the data from the above system. Then we can pull the data from here to here. We can get the data. So above to Java to above. Vice versa. Sometimes we may data transfer is required here. So we may have to So transfer the data from here to here, and here to here we may have to transfer the data. That is the purpose. So we are creating this destinations. Vice versa, I am creating the destination sometimes. So that is the one. Especially for the portal, especially for the when the federated portal and enterprise portal, that time you required this concept, you required this one. So that is the reason. So we have to giving this one. We have to give this one.
So we have created this RFs in ECD that was giving error, and how it is resolved, sir?
So we have to check whether we have to restart the system first. Why? Because port we have not activated in the system. Maybe let's give here, not here, this one. I will give the port number 8000, then ECP is the production. Why? Because production we have everything is enabled under the client. So right. So then what I will do here, I will save the configuration. So then I will test it. So yeah, in the production also we are getting the 404 response here. So for what is mean by 404 response here? To check this one, in the same in the NWA screen itself, we have the log screen, logs and traces here. You have to go the logs and traces. So what is happening in the, if you go to the log viewer here, so you will get the clear details here. So it's not loaded here. Still logs are not loaded. Otherwise, here you instead of checking here, will not loaded, it will take some time. So here instead you go to the here. So the operating system level. So USR, SAP, NCD, then J instance number, J2EE. So here this is the path we have to discuss. J2EE, cluster, server 0, and log. Here in this log file here, so you see the latest timestamp of the trace files. You can open it here. Let's transfer the trace file, default trace files. So these trace files are very important, very important for the troubleshooting purpose. This is the path here. So here you need to check the all the information. So see here, received 404 error. Received the 404 error here. So here the error is reported here. So the error is reported here. Why we are receiving this 404 error? You can see when you are trying to the SLD destinations, so you received the thing is not successful, 404 error, you got it here. So the detailed information is available here. So ping not successful, received 404. What is exactly it mean? So here caused by runtime operation exception. So destinations, security, it's saying that some security role or something. So 404 role, we may have to assign the role, I guess. So some SLD role we have to assign. So what exactly? So you can see all the information is recording here. Now caused by the destination security. So destinations. Yeah. So this error is recorded in the logs, the default trace file. Everything will be recorded here. Everything, all the logs will be recorded in the destinations file. It will be recorded here. It will be recorded here. So here, still we have to the connections are getting right. Connections are see here. Yeah, they have the answer. So you have the some blocks are there. Why we get this type of errors and everything here. So time zone, and also did you create the HTTP destinations in PO for EC systems? Yes, we created. Check the host and services files of the HTTP parameters. Check the ECC systems. So all the information it is asking us to check it out here, right? All the information we have to check it out clearly. But all the information means the destination which you created in the NWA, so whether you have properly created or not. It is saying that whether you have properly created or not. Here it is asking here. So here it is asking the so properly you created or not here. Here we created the destination. Go to the logon data. So that is also we created here. So maybe these additional settings are not required, I guess. for this HTTP destination. Then save it, ping it, so still not success. So just remove the no authentication, save it, ping it, so ping is not successful. So something we are missing here. ECD system, CD above. So let's try to create the RFC destination instead of HTTP destination. So we can create the RFC destination here. So target host, system number. So our system number is ECD 30. So 30. So this is not mandatory gateway host. So if something goes wrong, we have to give it EN. Client is the 101 username. So I'm giving here basis. Then the password. Finish. Okay. So RFC instead of HTTP destination, I created the RFC destination. Click on the ping test. So ping test. So see here, the successfully connected here. So maybe this HTTP destination so is not the correct one. So the ports we have to activate correctly, then only it will connect it. So that we will do it. So but this is connected. RFC destination is connected here. RFC destination is connected to the VRC system. See here, successfully connected to the RFC destination here. So this connection is created. So same as like we have to create the some SLD related connections also we have to create it. SLD related destinations also we have to create it here. There are the two destinations. So we have to create for the SLD related. So while this is getting imported, let's create the SLD destinations here. SLD destinations. So as a initial setup of the SLD, the content you are importing, then one more SLD underscore the client SLD underscore that data supplier, SLD underscore data supplier. These two we have to create it. These two we have to create in the systems here. This data suppliers, we have to create these two destinations by default in any system. So let's go to the create the SLD, the same naming conventions we have to create it here. SLD underscore. So client we have to create it here. Okay, SLD underscore client here. So the destinations type is, this is the HTTP. So that we can just type the HTTP here. So what is the URL here? This is the same URL, right? So client, SLD client URL here. Just you can provide the same URL here. So then click on the OK button. Basic authentication, we can select it here. Means user ID passwords giving here. Then click on the finish, SLD client. Then connection is response 0. Client is connected here, right? Client is connected here. So then one more destination SLD underscore data supplier here, SLD underscore client. Then that is we created here, right? The one more client like here, SLD underscore data supplier. So data supplier here. So why we have to create this SLD underscore client and SLD underscore data supplier here, right? SLD client is the destination used by the to push the data. Maybe from here to this is a Java system. For Java also there is a SLD, right? To push the data to the your SLD, just definitely you require the this SLD underscore client is required here. SLD underscore client is required here. Why? Because your system also, this Java system also should be registered into the your SLD, right? So that is the reason SLD underscore client we have to create it here. SLD underscore client we have to so same system we have to register, right? So here SLD underscore client and SLD underscore the data supplier one more connectivity we have to create it here. SLD underscore data supplier, CPLI here. data supplier. The connection type also HTTP connection. So here we have to create the two destinations, mandatory destinations we have to, but here we have to give the SLD/DS data supplier here. We have to give this one, right? Here also basic authentication, then here also authorization, this one, then so ping connection test here, right? So this is also successful. So, but it's not successful. So it's not successful here. DS, maybe it's wrong. Let me check what is the SLD data supplier destination. So SLD underscore data supplier, same. So same destination we have created for that destination. So then just URL we have to enter the port number. That's it. Just a port number we have to enter. We don't need to give the anything here. Just a port number we have to enter. That's it. So same as like other systems. So we have to enter the port number. So you don't need to give the some additional prefix or something like that. It's not required. Just to save it, ping it. Yeah, it's connected. Same configuration we have done it. See here, configuring the SLD data supplier destination. This is for the after the installation. Yes, this is for the after the installation. So we went to the destinations. We are given the same HTTP. Then we have filled the details here, right? So data supplier configuration we have given here, right? So then why? Because this is required to push the data to the your push the data to the within the SLD, within the system only we have to push the data, right? We have to within the system only we have to push the data here. So this is the ratio. See here, collect the data and send it. Collect the data and send it here. So now this system also will register into the SLD. Your above systems will register it here through RZ70. So this is for the through RZ70 we are pushing the data to your SLD system, right? So I have the Java system, same Java system. NJP is the Java system. In the Java system itself, we have the SLD. Same system I want to register into the SLD here. So how can I do this one? So here you need to create the SLD data supplier. You have to create it here. Then just go to hand. You can push the data here, data supplier configuration. The data will be pushed to the here. The data will be pushed to the here. This is what we have to do it in the systems here, right? So this is what. So I think import is done. I think imports are done here. You can see the so CR model, CM models are done. Imports are done here. Maybe it's a old version. It's a old version of the imports. So the import is done. CM model, CR model versions imports done here. So see here. So our system, as soon as import is done, you can see our systems are registered here. Automatically it will came to the here. So what is the version of the your ECD system here? 750 above. When was the last update happened just now? So NJP, when was the last update happened? See here, our systems came to the here, right? Two systems. So what is the host name? What is the installation number? What is the license expiration? What is the domain? What is the group? What is the database name? How many clients you have? See here, n number of clients you guys have created. So all the information is there here in SLD. Application server, only one application server. So internet, ICM. So installed software products. What are the installed software products? These are the software products you have installed it here. What are the business systems? What are the landscapes you have? So same like here, if you go to the NJP, see here, our systems are pushed to the here, right? You can see all our systems are available here. In this way, you can see in the SLD, before we don't have any systems here. Now, when you see here, all our systems are here, Java systems and one above systems, all the systems are available here. So how will we got it here? From RZ72, we pushed the data to the here. Then within the Java systems to the, we pushed the data here by creating the data supplier. Data supplier, we have created the data here. Data supplier, we have created here. In the NWA, in the destinations field, so we have created the, in the NWA destinations, we have created the data supplier here, the destinations here. So one is for the above, one is for the Java systems. So this is the way we have to create the destinations to the your backend system, your SLD system. So this is the way. So this will automatically update it here. See here, next auto send date here, 7:09 p.m. IST. So next automatically it will go. Next automatically it will send the data here. If you want to manually push the data, you can push it out here. Automatically it will push the data to the SLD here. This SLD, it will push the data to the here. So all the systems will be located here in the SLD. So this is the way we can so import the data to the here, right? This is the one. So your SLD details, instances here, how many instances we have. So databases, what is the database here? What is the destinations we have, anything. So what is the installed products here? What are the components you have installed? All the data will be available here. See here, you have the 69 components, all the data available in the systems here. You can see all the data is available here, right? So, and also business systems here, anything. So all the information is available in the systems here, right? So that is the SLD registration configurations and everything here, how to push the data to the here and vice versa here, right? So this is the main important thing here. So when you delete now, again it will recreate it here. So just again you see here, I am deleting my SLD system here. I have deleted, right? So just delete it, wait for some time, then automatically the data will be available here. Why? Because in the RZ70, you see RZ70, the background job period in the 720, job is scheduled in the 720. You don't want to wait that much of time here. So just click on the start data collection now, send the data, then data is coming, data is available here. Now go to the here, just refresh the system here, so it will come. So here again, the data reached here, right? This is the type is the as above, the type is the as Java systems here. So automatically the data is coming to the here. So this is the one. So not only ABAP and Java systems here, you have any third-party Trek systems, PI, any systems, it will come to the here. Any systems, you can, the data will be available here. It will come to the here, right? So this is the way we have to push the data to the our SLD here and everything here. So here we want to export, import, synchronization. Okay, synchronization means if you have the more than SLD, you can create the destinations to the remote SLD. You can push the data to the other SLD also. So that is also possible here, right? So that is the main thing here. System message, we can put the SM02, how we will put the message. So here also we can put the system message to the every users here. So I think something like that. Right? So something like that, we can put the message to the everyone here. Suppose you are doing some maintenance activities, you want to put the message, you can put the message on the SLD side here. You can put the message. So system is under maintenance activities, so don't log in, log off, something like that, we can do it here. So all those things will be recorded in the log directory here. You can see here, log directory here. Data is pushed from the remove, you have removed it, data is available here. So all those things are available in the logs, in the SLD log here, right? So this is the one. So we got it here. Hi everyone. So this is the one. So okay. So what you can do as a assignment from your side, we have the ECP system. Just push the ECP to your SLD and see destination populating or not. Then what's your assignment is here. So here, let me take one more. Here, what you have to do here. So in SLD, push the, in the above system, in the ECP, push the data to your SLD. Then create the destinations to your SLD. Then from SLD to here, SLD to above, create the destinations. So try to create the destinations. So you can create it multiple destinations, not a problem. So try to do this one. Okay. This three, you can perform it, these three activities here, right? So then once the technical systems are available here, then we can create the business systems here. So these business systems will be used in the in the PI, PO integration channel, communication channel purpose here. Here we have to create the communication channel purpose. We have to create the this business systems name and everything. We have to create it here, right? So something like the communication business systems we have to create it here. So why it's very important means, so to push the data we have to create the this business systems and the technical systems we have to create it here, so that the PI will send the data. PI means there is a one more product process integration orchestration here, so that it will send the data to the your ECC system. So once the technical systems are created, then only we can create the business systems here. The business systems you no need to try. So why? Because you can, if you want to create, you can create the business systems. Sometimes you may get the request to create the business systems here. The technical systems, we know automatically it will come here. Then after that, business systems here. Business systems means once the technical system is reachable here, then we can create the one business systems here. So why it's required the business systems means the PI functional team and the developers, they will create the channels so that the data will be go from vice versa, from ECC to PI, PI to ECC, some third party banking sites, it will go to the data through channels. So that for that one, the business systems are very important here. So they will map, they will just map, create the business systems, they will map the technical systems, they will map it here. So that is the major thing here. Okay. So yeah, you try this one. Tomorrow we'll try some other things in the NWA. So here, why? Because now the data is populating here in the technical systems, data is populating here, right? So then tomorrow we'll discuss about the how to map the UME, user management engine, to your above systems. So all those things we'll try tomorrow. Okay. So you try this one today.